Hello everyone and welcome back to another matchday preview here on the channel. Now today I'm joined by Nick from the Sheffield United Way YouTube channel to talk about Wednesday night where Bristol City and Sheffield United go head-to-head at Brammal Lane in the Emirates FA Cup round 5. So Nick, thanks for joining me today. Firstly then, it's obviously not been the best of season so far for Sheffield United, halfway through the league season. Just discuss a little bit about how Sheffield United's season's been so far.
As you could probably expect me to say, it's been one of the worst seasons in a very, very long time. Only results-wise, I think we've played quite well, to be honest, in certain games. There's just been little moments where we've either not taken a chance or we've made a mistake and let a goal in. And in the Premier League, you can't give them anything, can you? You can't mess about with the ball in bad areas. Against Chelsea the other night, we literally just passed the ball back to the goalkeeper. It was too short and they nipped in and got a penalty. That's happened all season. So, that's the reason. It's been a frustrating season because we're definitely not the worst team in the league. We're definitely not the second worst team in the league, but I do think we're going to go down. We are well adrift of fourth bottom. I think we'll finish third bottom. I don't think we'll finish rock bottom like we have been all season. But the only thing that I can say about it is that in the past kind of 5, 6, 7 games, we've pulled our finger out and won a few games in the FA Cup, obviously, and we've won 3 games in the Premier League recently. So it's looking up, but we've just left it a little bit too late.
Yeah, definitely. So as you said, you're rock bottom of the Premier League at the moment on 11 points out of 23 games. Now, you're only 12 points off the gap between relegation and staying in the Premier League. So you said that you don't think you're going to be able to stay up. Do you think there's been any glimmer of hope in the last few games that could suggest you do still have a chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we've been great recently. We've obviously beaten Man United, we've beaten Newcastle and West Brom, who were both rounders. But the problem that we've got is that teams around us are picking points up as well. So I feel like we could go on a run and pick even more points up and beat those teams around us. But the problem is Liverpool have just lost against Burnley and Brighton, which would have been unheard of last season. And little things like that happening to us, like Newcastle going down to 10 men and still beating Southampton. And just like I say, teams keep picking points up around us, and I think we've got enough to put a good run together. Like I said, I think we'll probably finish third bottom, but I think it's just going to be not enough. I think Brighton are way too good now to go down. I think Burnley have got the staying power to kind of keep themselves afloat, and I do think it'll be us, West Brom and Fulham that will go down. But hopefully we'll at least put a good fight up towards the end of the season. Like I said, we've done well recently. We've played really well. Again, making silly mistakes, but we are actually scoring a few goals recently. So it's looking up. It's looking up more than it would have been kind of 7 or 8 matches ago. And I think the FA Cup has actually given us giving us a bit of form back, because if we'd have played Bristol Rovers, it was Bristol Rovers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If we'd have played Bristol Rovers, if we'd have played a Premier League team when we played Bristol Rovers, we'd have got beaten. I don't think we were that good against Bristol Rovers, but that gave us the confidence to then go on and kind of beat Newcastle, and also I can't remember who it was in the next round. It was I can't even remember. But we've done really well recently, and I'm expecting us to carry on this run. And it's just not going to be enough.
If you think the Premier League, maybe you're not going to have enough to stay in the Premier League, and you're going to be going to back down to Championship football next season, do you think Chris Wilder and the players should look to maybe try and get on a run, as you said, and maybe just possibly stay in the Premier League come the end of the season? Or do you think it'd be better to go on like a cup run, try and get on a cup run, and maybe in 1-2 months' time be playing at Wembley?
I asked this question on my Twitter not too long ago, and I said, would you rather stay up or win the FA Cup? Now, obviously, winning the FA Cup is a tall order, because there's still some really good teams in it. But a lot of the poll was stay in the Premier League, but most of the people were saying FA Cup because we haven't won the FA Cup since 1925, and there's a lot of teams out there that haven't won it either, especially a lot of teams that haven't won it recently because it's been a select group of teams, like mostly the top six. So it would be nice for us to go on a good cup run and even get to a final. That'd be very nice. But at the same time, Premier League survival is probably what we've got to look at more than kind of like a cup run. But at the moment, we've not really got enough players to put out a weakened side, if you like.
Yeah.
So I think the players are tired, but at the same time as that, they've just, I think that's what's getting us through these games because we're keeping pretty much the same core group of players and they're playing week in, week out, which is not what's happened this season. We've been kind of every other game, it's been a different strike force or it's been a different midfield or we've had injuries, suspensions, it's been different defence. So I think just the fact that we're keeping pretty much eight or nine of the same 11 every week is probably one of the reasons why we put on a kind of good run together.
Yeah, so it's obviously the same with a lot of clubs like yourselves and us at Bristol City as well. We've obviously, with the amount of games, because even in the Premier League now, which you haven't seen in recent years, you're playing midweek, then the weekend, midweek, weekend, every single week. So with the cups now, both Bristol City and Sheffield United were obviously only in the two competitions, the FA Cup and the league. Now, without thinking of what would be better for the club, do you think, player-wise, do you think it would be possible to maybe bring some of the young lads up from Sheffield United, maybe the academy, to play the rest of the FA Cup games and then leave the first team squad for the Premier League? Or do you think Chris Wilder, as you've done already, just give them a bit more confidence in the FA Cup?
Yeah, I think I can't see us playing any youngsters. A lot of youngsters have been on the bench recently, but that's only because we've had so many injuries and well, obviously COVID's hit as well. We've had a couple of players out with that not too long ago, but it's mostly been injuries. We've had a few suspensions. He's put some young lads on the bench, which they look really good. But at the same time, only one of them's got on. Antoine Hackford against Burnley came on a striker. Only got about 10 minutes or something like that. But I could possibly see him putting a couple on the bench, but I can't see him changing the team too much. I think he might start with maybe a couple of strikers that haven't played as much recently, but saying that, he's rotated them over the last couple of games because I think he thought in the game against Chelsea last night, I think he thought that we didn't have a chance of winning the game. So he's kind of changed it up a little bit. He started McGoldrick and Sharp against Man United and then West Brom, and then he's changed it for the Chelsea game. So I couldn't even tell you who he's going to play up front. It's probably, he may leave McGoldrick out again because he's our most valuable sort of striker because he links it all together. So I could see maybe Ollie Burke starting. He's got pace to burn, and maybe Billy Sharp, get him on the score sheet again because he's scoring. He's back scoring goals again, and that's a great thing because we obviously love Billy Sharp because he's scored so many goals for us. He's a Sheffield lad. He's played for the club 3 times now. So it's great to see him back scoring goals, and especially scoring goals in the Premier League, because before last season, Billy Sharp had never scored a goal in the Premier League because every time he kind of got promoted, they had just thought he's not good enough for the Premier League. So it's good to see him scoring goals again, and I'm hoping he's going to carry on his run in the FA Cup, obviously.
Yeah, so you said that you're expecting a strong 11 on Wednesday night. What can we expect from Chris Wilder, formation-wise, lineup-wise, and tactic-wise on Wednesday night?
The formation, however much we've pleaded with Chris Wilder to change it over the season, because obviously we went so many games without a win, he will carry on playing the same formation as he has done for the last 3-4 seasons, which is a kind of 3-5-2, you could call it. It's 3 centre-backs, 2 wing-backs, 3 midfielders, and then 2 strikers. So obviously we're quite well known for the overlapping centre back. So that'll be in full force. I guarantee that. Like I said, though, I think it's going to be a really strong side. Maybe he'll play maybe one different fullback or one different centre back. He'll probably play the same midfield because we've only really got 3 central midfielders fit, and they've played the last kind of 4 or 5 games, I think it is now. But like I said, I think he'll rotate the strikers. Who knows who's going to play up front? Lys Mousset seems to be injured. He wasn't on the bench for the last game. And like I say, he's been rotating Ollie Burke, Ollie McBurney, Dave McGoldrick and Billy Sharp. So it's going to be 2 of those 4. That's all I can tell you, really. But Chris Wilder's one of these managers where you think he's going to do something and then he does something completely different. So that's anything's possible with Chris Wilder.
So Bristol City, then, we've obviously seen with Sheffield United over the last 2 years, and even when you were in the Championship, you're a very good side that can play out from the back comfortably, attacking football. And Bristol City at the moment, we've got a lot of injury, especially on that left-hand side. So in Sheffield United's team, do you think there's anyone who we should account for that could put Bristol in danger on Wednesday night?
Yeah, as George Baldock, our main right back for the last few years, has been injured. Jayden Bogle's stepped forward. We got him from Derby last season, along with Max Lowe. Both of them started against Chelsea, and Jayden Bogle's been scoring goals, and that's what we love to see from the fullbacks: getting forward, creating goals, scoring goals, getting into the box. And Bogle scored quite a few goals recently. So he's one of them players that he's going to get forward. He's going to get some balls into the box, but also when you least expect it, he's going to kind of sneak up on you and try and get into the box. And that's the thing. We try to overload in wide areas, try to overload in the box, try and get as many men forward. And then as soon as we lose it, it's as many men back as quickly as possible. So it's great to watch. It's been great to watch since Chris Wilder's been the manager. We've had a lot of poor managers in the past, a lot of poor players, especially in the League One campaigns. But yeah, Chris Wilder's definitely brought a different sort of football to Bramall Lane, and it's always been great to watch since he's been the manager. But yeah, so Jayden Bogle's one of them. If Dave McGoldrick plays, Dave McGoldrick is a brilliant footballer. He's just a Rolls Royce of a footballer. Just picks the ball up and he just knows where everybody is on the pitch. He's excellent to watch. Great touch. Like I say, great vision. But he'll drop into the hole in between the defence and midfield, cause loads of problems and bring other players into the game. So I'm not sure if David McGoldrick will play, because I think the only reason why he left him out against Chelsea was because he's saving him for other games. So I'm not sure whether he will play in this game. But I do think that Ollie Burke is one of the most dangerous players that we've got. And the reason for that is he's just raw pace. Like he's not great on the ball. He's not a great finisher, but that pace, for me, I think he's probably one of the quickest in the Premier League by 100%. One of the top 3 quickest. He's frightening. And he's one of these players that if you play a ball over the top and he's nowhere near the ball and the defender's got so much time, he will make that time up within kind of 5-6 seconds, and they don't expect it. He's made so many defenders make mistakes this season, and goalkeepers, Dean Henderson, took a few too many seconds, and he kind of charged it down, and then we scored against Man United from that. So Ollie Burke is very, very dangerous. But I think a lot of teams ask us kind of who's our main danger man. I always say David McGoldrick, and after that I say it's really we play as such a great unit.
Yeah,
everybody knows where everybody's going. It's like if somebody goes, somebody drops. It's like clockwork, and that I think that's our biggest asset really as a football team.
Yes, we've obviously seen, and you've just stayed there as well, Sheffield United are a very, very good football team. And that's because they do play football and attacking, fast-paced football like a lot of teams do, but then a lot of teams lower down in the league haven't been doing. But do you think finally then Sheffield United will be able to put their name in the hat for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and get past Bristol City on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think in the last two games in the FA Cup, we've been dominant, but still not great. There could have been an upset in either of the games, to be honest. And I was thinking the worst when I saw that we got you guys, and it was Millwall that you beat, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3-0 at the Den.
Yeah, I'm going to say quite comfortably away from home. So when I saw that, to be honest, I've not seen any Championship football this season, really. I've not watched a lot of Premier League football, if I'm honest, because it's just been so depressing. Watching Match of the Day when we've been so bad, lost again, you just stop wanting to watch football. Obviously watch Sheffield United, but then after that, you see your team lose and it's like, I just want to bury my head in the sand and not think about it. But I've not seen you guys this season, and the last time I saw a Bristol City team, you beat us, and you nearly stopped us getting promoted. So I think Bristol City are a pretty bit of a bogey team for us.
Yeah. So
yeah, we'll go on. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, as you stated there, it's definitely going to be a very tough game for Bristol City, and I think there's two ways Dean Holden can take it, because although we have been playing very, very badly in the last few games, we're only still, I think it's like 6 points off the playoffs now or something, with a good still half of the season left to go. So we still can push for the playoffs, but with the way it has been so far in the last few games, it hasn't been good enough, really. And maybe, I was saying to my dad, the FA Cup could be the thing that does lift up our season, changes it from a mid-table finish in the Championship to a good season. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, Nick. Hopefully the Reds can get the result on Saturday, and good luck for the rest of the season with Sheffield United. Hopefully you do manage to stay up in the Premier League, or if you don't, hopefully we'll be travelling to Brammal Lane next year. Yeah,
that'd be fun. Like, I'm expecting us to be in the Championship next season, so I'm quite looking forward to it, to be honest, because I'm quite sick of lots and lots of non-top six, well, not non-top six fans, but fans of top six teams that just are like dead club, ratioed and all this rubbish. I just want to go back down to the Championship and play against proper football clubs with proper football fans. And obviously I'd love for us to stay up, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, indeed. So thank you all for watching today's video. As I said earlier, hopefully the Reds can put their name in the hat for the quarterfinals. Make sure to check out Nick on the Sheffield United way. Link will be in the description. And I'll see you guys all on the next one. Come on, you Reds.